Hi everyone, I'm Bear Peterson, Mayor of Franklin Park, and this is Franklin Park Volume 3. Today we have a fast-paced program because we have much to cover. Our producer, Bill Wilt, underwent serious surgery in May of 2012 and was incapacitated for some time. We want to try to catch up as quickly as possible, starting with the groundbreaking ceremonies for the new Franklin Park Police Station that occurred March 31st, 2012. As luck would have it, it was a cold and blustery day with raindrops in the air and more rain threatening. We were prepared for anything and were glad to see so many came to hear what was being said. But we know the weather kept many away, so through the magic of television, we have an opportunity to show you and let you hear what took place. Let's begin with Franklin Park Police Chief Mike Witz.
Good morning. I would like to welcome everyone here today as we gather to break ground on the new Franklin Park Police Station. I am happy to stand before you today with our partners in the development, FGM Architects and MTI Construction Services. This new 36,500 square foot facility will help us in our mission to deliver high quality law enforcement services to our residents and to our businesses, and to continue to provide our citizens with the critical public safety services that will help to protect and enhance their quality of life. Our police department provides the village with the full range of police services, including criminal investigations, patrol operations, traffic and parking enforcement, crime prevention, education, and community policing. Our new police station will help to expand upon these services and to facilitate changes in policing in the areas of evidence retention requirements and cyber crimes. With a growing community of over 19,800 residents, 43 full-time sworn officers, and almost 26 auxiliary personnel, the station was designed to serve the public and our citizens for the next 50 years. It is our obligation to keep you safe, and it is our honor to serve our community. This new facility will support our officers as they work to secure the safety of our neighborhoods and our families every day. The new police station will allow us to increase efficiency and to apply best practices in police officer staffing and police procedures, resulting in continuing to provide the highest quality of service to our community. This new facility will also serve as a regional center to allow us to collaborate with police departments in our community and our neighboring communities on area-wide task forces and to implement new crime prevention programs. The new police station will be developed in accordance with safety requirements to help protect our police officers and visitors while in the building. I look forward to the completion of the state of our facility and to inviting you all to join us next year when we cut the ribbon on the building. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Brian Wright. I'm with FGM Architects. With me today is John Jarnowski and Ray Lee as well. And we just want to thank the village and the police staff for a wonderful design process that we've gone through. And I just wanted to point out some of the unique features of this building and some of the sustainability. If you look behind you, that pile of rubble back there, that's going to get recycled. And then also this pile of concrete over here is going to get pulverized and recycled as well. So sustainability is one of the big goals of the project, and really something that the mayor and the trustees have really pushed for on this job, and we're really proud to design sustainable features into this building. Besides those things, we're also working on a stormwater design that's going to capture water and allow, through bioswales, clean the water, and then ultimately put it into a stormwater detention pond to help reduce flooding in the village. So this site here is 14 acres, and we're going to capture that water and hopefully alleviate some of that flooding that the village has been seeing. In addition to that, there'll be some pavers that allow percolation into the soil to help reduce some of that runoff. We're also trying to reduce some of the dependency on Lake Michigan and Chicago water by using reduced flow fixtures in the building to save water usage. The building, as I mentioned, will have a high recycled content, and finally a design layout that emphasizes efficiency and reduces cost. So again, we're really excited to start this, and we're one day closer to a brand new police station. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ernie Spina from MTI Construction. I'm here along with Mr. Andy Jones and Dan Powell from MTI. As you can see, first of all, I want to thank Mayor Peterson and Chief Witz and the board members for this opportunity. And I can talk a little bit about the schedule. And as you can see, as you look around here, and as you were probably driving through here and around this area for the past 3 months, it may appear that it was going a little slow. The old way of just taking a wrecking ball and knocking down these buildings is really archaic. We have to, as Brian mentioned earlier, we have to separate all the materials because it's being reused for recycled content. Our goal right now is by the end of next month, we should have all the demolition completed on the 2 buildings and the overall site. We anticipate in the second week of May to start the mass earthwork and start the foundations for the new facility, which will be located to your west. After that, we anticipate probably erecting the building toward the end of July. And some of our milestone goals are to enclose the building by the end of October, and we are looking at a grand opening and a project completion for August of 2013. Thank you very much, and right now I'll turn it over to Mayor Peterson.
I am not Mayor Peterson. For those of you keeping score at home, I'm Mike Quigley, your congressman, and it's great to be home. It's great to be in Franklin Park. I want to begin by thanking the police, fire, and EMT who are here. Thank you so much for your service. Well, I guess what I learned in D.C. about you is we always think of the traditional work that you all do. What I've learned since I got there and replaced what's his name in Congress. Frankly, I'm just glad he found another job. What I discovered is that all the threats to our country since 9/11 have been stopped by good police work. So I want folks at home to remember that. It isn't just the traditional roles that you play to keep us safe. It's national security, homeland security begin right at home. So thanks so much for keeping us safe. I want to thank Mayor Peterson and the trustees and all the staff for the great work they've done so far putting this new station in place. So we look forward to being here next August for the grand opening. And thanks so much, everyone, for being here. Have a good day.
And thank you. It is really exciting that so many of you came out in this cold weather. It's kind of interesting. A couple days ago, we needed sunscreen, and we're wearing shorts. I'm pleased and really excited to be here after so many years of having a failing police station. It's an honor to be here to finally break ground. I'd also like to acknowledge several of the elected officials who have joined us. You've heard from Honorable Congressman Mike Quigley, who's been very helpful for Franklin Park. We appreciate it. Thank you for coming out. The Honorable State Senator Don Harmon, thank you for being with us, Don. Don is always very helpful down in Springfield. Skip Saviano has been one of the best state representatives in the state of Illinois, and we're very pleased that he could spend the time with us. I know that Anna Montana was indicated to be here. I don't know if Anna made it. Oh, there she is. Thank you, Anna. Ron Serpico. Did Ronnie make it this morning? From Mayor Mayor Melrose Park. Honorable Ben Mazzula, Mayor of Stone Park, has been here. Pete Silvestri, Mayor of Elmwood Park, and County Commissioner. Thank you for being with us. We have Franklin Park trustees John Johnson, Tom Brimmy, Bill Rule, Randy Peterson, and Cheryl McLean. Did Rose Rodriguez make it? And there are a number of different other officials, elected officials from school, park district, and I'm sure that they won't want me to go through a long list of those. I'm happy to see so many of you here today as we break ground on the new police station for Franklin Park. This site was selected in part because it is close to the center of the village and with convenient and efficient access to our residential properties. We had looked at a number of different properties. Some of them had environmental contamination. Others were on River Road that would have cut off our police station during high water times, and others were on Grand Avenue that just were not economically practical. The safety of our residents is our number one priority, and also a priority is the safety of our officers. Mike Konwinski is here. Mike came to me as I was a village prosecutor about 7 or 8 years ago, maybe even 10 years ago, huh, Mike? And said, hey, what can you do to get us a new police station? Mike, I'm sorry it took so long, but we're finally here. It is critical that we equip those who put their lives on the line every day with the best and most up-to-date resources, equipment, and facilities, and that's why we're here. This facility will provide that and more, increasing the efficiency of our police department and enhancing the public safety of our residents and businesses. This new facility will help them in their efforts to patrol our neighborhoods and will allow them to work toward stopping crime and vandalism before it happens. And I'm pleased to announce that the newspaper article just recently announced that we had a significant reduction in crime. Thank you very much to the officers here. And it is in due to the great work of both the police and the fire that we remain safe. In addition, this new facility will serve as a model for efficiency and sustainability. Sustainability is a top priority for the village of Franklin Park. The new police station will be a LEED certified building under the rating system established by the U.S. Green Building Council. With this goal in mind, our new Franklin Park Police Station will include an HVAC and lighting system that focuses on energy efficiency and reduction of long-term life cycle costs. Natural lighting will, combined with occupancy sensors, significantly reduce the total energy needed to light the facility and help keep energy costs down. We are incorporating local and recycled building materials in the design and construction of the police station to reduce pollutants associated with transportation and fabrication. We look forward to demonstrating firsthand our commitment to sustainability by hosting tours of the facility. The new Franklin Park Police Station will be available to school groups and other local community groups and will promote sustainability as part of the standard tour, highlighting the features that have been implemented to promote environmentally conscious practices in the design and construction of buildings as well as in day-to-day living. We intend to serve as a model to other communities in the area of sustainability. As always, we will continue to look for ways to secure grants and state and federal funding to offset costs and to provide additional efficiency programs at the new facility, and we thank those legislators here that have made those grants possible. I look forward to welcoming you all here again next summer when I join Police Chief Witz in cutting the ribbon on the new Franklin Park Police Station. Thank you so much for joining us today. Of course, a project of this size took the combined effort of lots of folks, and it was important, despite the weather, to give them a chance to participate in the groundbreaking. I might say it was really cold and we didn't move a lot of dirt. We'll leave that to the professionals. I want to take just a few more minutes to comment further on what transpired. As you might imagine, I would like every Franklin Parker to be proud of their new police station. This is Barrett Peterson, Mayor of Franklin Park, and I hope you've enjoyed our groundbreaking ceremony. It is something that we've been looking forward to for many years. I encourage you to take a look at the old police station. We can provide a tour of that, and you'll see why we needed to move there and why the morale in the police department was suffering until we announced that we were building this new police station. It's going to be a state-of-the-art building. It's going to be a LEED certified silver building with the ratings that the U.S. Green Building Council has established. And I think that you're going to be as excited by this facility as I am. It will be long-term savings. It's a building that will last for 60 or 70 years, and I hope that the village will enjoy it as much as I do. Thank you so much for your support on this project. We look forward to having this project done about August of 2013, when we'll be doing a new ribbon cutting ceremony, and we encourage all of you to come out and take a look at the newsletter that will be in there. And for now, this is Barry Peterson, Mayor of Franklin Park. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was really cold, and I was glad the next item we wanted you to be aware of came a couple of months later on April 23rd, 2012, on a much warmer, sunnier day.
Well, folks, what you've just been watching for the past 15 minutes or so is the groundbreaking ceremonies for the new police station in Franklin Park. And I must say, and once again, you know what? I should probably say, you know, Barrett, we're sort of an odd couple, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
You know, there couldn't be two people more different than you and I.
I think that that's an accurate statement.
Absolutely. And yet, because of something that happened 26 years ago, we've got sort of a connection.
We do have a great connection with public access.
With public access television, that's for sure. And the one thing that I wanted to talk about with the new police station is I right away went to you and said, Barrett, why are we spending money on a new police station? And you grabbed me by the hand and took me for a tour. Now, I must admit that I don't think that was always just a police station, because when I first met you, the conference room there, or whatever it was where they had the public access cable commission meetings, right?
Oh, and the administration was there. So you had the comptroller, and you had all of the people who did water billing and bookkeeping and everything else, building permits.
And it was beautiful.
It was a beautiful building at one time.
Right, okay. And when you said we're building, I said, why on earth would we be building a new building? You grabbed me, dragged me over there. What happened?
It wasn't maintained, and it was a building that was built in the 40s with 8 different additions, and the property to the east of us is a water reservoir, so you can't move the building even a foot further east. The Metro lot to the west is owned by Metro and not the village, so there was no area for us to build a temporary station.
All right, well, what I want to do is I want to encourage people to take advantage of Barrett's offer and go and take a tour of this old police station, because I couldn't believe. Now, I must admit, I haven't been over there in 25 years, because that's when our wars with the cable company, Continental, at that time occurred. And so I've been out of it for a long time, but I'll tell you what, we've talked about this, and we want to do a piece for television about this, the condition of the building. Are you in a position to arrange, I assume the village has an engineer or something?
Oh yes, we can have an engineer who'll tell you all about the structural defects of the building.
That's what I want to do, because you know, my house is over 100 years old, and it's not pretty, but it's still structurally sound.
Right.
That building is not structurally sound anymore.
No, what you have is you have about 250,000 gallons of water that have seeped into the roof that's made out of gypcrete, because right after World War II, when they built the roof, they didn't have steel. So all it is drywall with chicken wire in it. And so it's got all of this tremendous weight. The walls have bowed, so in order to do anything with the building, you'd have to bring it all the way down to the foundation. The electrical is outdated and out of code. It's not ADA compliant. There's asbestos on the property. The HVAC system is a whole bunch of conglomerate stuff put together. It's just a mess.
I must admit, I was shocked. It is a mess. He's correct, and it's something really that you should see. So I applaud the efforts for the new police station. Now, that's not the only construction going on in Franklin Park, though. We are standing in front of what anybody in Franklin Park knows is the old Blockbuster video store. And this, you know, you talk about how times have changed. I guess we could say that this is not, you know, I kind of attribute everything to the economic plunge that our country took a couple of years ago and that we're still in right now. But the Blockbuster video thing, you know that there are young people now that don't know what a VHS tape is?
You know what's interesting, Bill, is you're going to see businesses like this go out of business more often because we have a more dynamic economy. What's replaced Blockbuster Video is the red box that everybody goes to. And 2 or 3 years or 5 years from now, you're not going to see Redbox, because our technology is advancing so fast that this business that you see behind us, Blockbuster Video, which seemed like a remarkable high-tech innovation when it first opened, at least for you and I it was.
Yeah, it certainly was. And people used to crowd to the stores for new releases.
Yeah.
Now they don't leave their computer, they download them.
That's right. Or they go to Netflix, Redbox at the Ace, and they pay $1 and you get to see whatever movie you want. Here, it was $4 or $5. So you're seeing this kind of change, and you'll see businesses moving out. It's not necessarily because it's a bad economy, although in the last 3 or 4 years we've seen that, but we're also seeing a much more dynamic economy.
Okay, I know that you have a personal thing about this. You don't like to see buildings empty and unused.
Oh, they're not good, because it means that the property owners have to pay more taxes.
It not only means that, it starts to make the town look dingy.
It gives people the impression, oh, this is not a village or community on the move. And we want to make sure that people know the Franklin Park is on the move. There's a tremendous amount of exciting things going on here, Bill.
So what's happening with Blockbusters? What are we going to get here?
PNC Bank is moving in. They're going to be taking down part of the building. They're going to be making a drive-through. And part of the building is going to stay because they're going to be reusing it, and it's going to be a usable property that returns to the full value of the tax market.
Okay, one more quick question because we're running out of time here, and we are standing directly across the street from one of the things that I think concerns most Franklin Park residents. The big Kmart was really like an icon in Franklin Park for many, many years. They closed it down, what, a couple years ago?
Yeah.
And everybody is wondering what's going to happen to the Kmart building.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. Kmart and Sears had problems all over the country. I think they probably closed 20 stores in the last 2 or 3 years. They just did not have a competitive building model. The California corporation that owns Kmart is close to signing a deal with 3 separate retailers. They would split it into 3. One of them, I believe that they're close to, and it's not a guarantee, is Big Lots. A lot of people would be excited about Big Lots.
I would,
coming
yes.
back. Yeah. One of the things that's delayed the development of the building behind us, Bill, and the Kmart, has been the fact that Franklin Park is not home rule. And what happens in home rule communities is there's much more reliance on property taxes because we don't have the sales tax coming in. If we have home rule, we'd be able to give incentives. So we constantly have retailers coming to us or owners of properties that want to bring in retailers, and they'll say, well, what incentives can the village give us? And we say, well, we can't. But every town around us, Melrose Park, Northlake, River Grove, Shillett Park, Elmhurst, Elmwood Park, Norridge, Harwood Heights, they're all home rule, or at least have a non-home rule sales tax.
So you favor home rule?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I don't know enough about it to comment one way or the other, but
Yeah.
you're my friend, and again, we are an odd couple. I am totally non-political. I have no interest in politics whatsoever, but because I know I have a fine man here that I met 26 years ago, long before he was in politics, and I knew he was a fine man then, I said, I think we're lucky to have this guy, and I want to make sure we get some of his ideas in front of the public. We're out of time. We're going to be following up on this, but you're not letting these buildings stand empty. You're working on getting these things filled.
No, we just had Midwest Can move in. They have 250 employees on Belmont, so we're really excited about the number of businesses that are moving in.
Okay, Barrett, we're out of time. That's it. We're done.
Bill cut things off quickly because he just didn't think the show would be complete if we didn't try to give you a small taste of the problems with the old police station. Before we do that, I want to quickly mention the PNC Bank is now finished and fully operational, and the old Kmart building is now partially occupied with a brand new Big Lots with savers yet to come. Now, the old police station.
I would love to comment on the fact that it's December 3rd and we have a 60-degree, almost 70-degree day, but we don't have time. I heard that last piece because I just didn't think this show would be complete if we didn't spend a moment looking at the old police station, because it's really important. I know that most of you aren't going to take the opportunity that Barrett offered to come over and tour the station, but you really ought to see this place because, Barrett, frankly, it's a disgrace.
It's embarrassing that we ask our police officers to work in a building that is so decrepit.
It's not just decrepit, and believe me, I'd be all over his case if we were just talking about something that didn't look nice. It's structurally unsound. As you know, I'm a motorsport guy, I'm a structural guy. I know when I see danger.
Well, you know, it's interesting. You look at a car sometimes and it looks okay, and then you lift up the hood and you poke around and you have a mechanic look at it, and suddenly you realize the whole thing is
Junk.
junk.
Yeah, and that's what we have here, and we're going to go inside, because the thing I told him, I haven't been inside, or I have now, because he grabbed me by the ear, so to speak, and took me inside, but I hadn't been inside in 25 years, and I was shocked when he took me in there. Yeah. So we're going to take you in there through the magic of television. So I just wanted you to see, though, driving by, I kept, Barrett, I said, the place looks fine.
Yeah, it doesn't look fine inside, and the asbestos and the electrical and the jail cells, you'll see it all when you get inside.
We'll get to all that, and again, we're running out of time. This is going to be quick. We are going to do a more extensive piece with the village engineer and all that, but I just wanted to give you a taste of it today. This is perhaps the biggest surprise to me when I walked in here, when Barrett took me in here, because 26 years ago, I met you here, and you were just a young law student at the time, and I was coming in here to raise all kinds of hell, and it was a beautiful courtroom. It's a dump.
Right. I was on the Cable Television Commission, and Bill was coming in to talk about access to continental
He's
cable
saying that
vision.
very kindly. Yes, talk is what I did. Yeah, okay. But it was a beautiful, beautiful courtroom.
Yep, it sure was. We had all the seats were in good condition. The ceiling, the roof was well maintained, and as you can see now, it's a disaster area.
And the roof is a big problem. One thing I want to stress on this program, Unfortunately, we can't rip the walls apart and show you the real problem. It's not that it doesn't look nice, because we can live with the fact that it doesn't look nice. We have a downed economy. We are talking about the building is structurally unsound. I know structures. It's my field. I'm a little uncomfortable standing right here.
The area that we're in, OSHA came in and condemned this area and said we cannot have any employees in this area.
Exactly. And as a matter of fact, quite a bit of this building has yellow, like police ribbon, cordoning it off.
40% of the building
40%?
has been determined to be unfit for human occupation.
So you can't even use 40% of it.
That's correct. Some of our interview rooms in the police area are unusable.
I'm telling you, folks, seriously, you really should take this tour. Come over and take a little tour here to see why the new police station is so necessary. And believe me, it took a lot. It didn't take a lot of convincing. I'm not stupid. I took one look around and I said, I cannot believe this is what happened. What I want to know is why it happened. But we've got some other things to do first. Barrett's only smiling because I made him smile. This place is disgusting.
Yes.
And quite frankly, when you brought me in here before and I took one look in here, I said, if I were taking my dog to a kennel and they were going to put him in a place like this, I would take the dog right back out again. This is not fit to put a dog in.
Nobody wants to coddle prisoners, but this cell is not compliant with state law and would have had to have been completely renovated.
I must say I'm stunned. It is absolutely disgusting.
It wasn't engineered, it wasn't designed,
Once again, folks, seriously, honestly, of course, you all know I'm an animal lover, but I wouldn't, if I went into a kennel and this is where they were going to put him, I'd go right back out and go to another kennel. That's how bad it is in here. I'm sure, like me, you started thinking right away, why not just fix the building? Once you come in here, you really should take a tour. Once you come in here, you realize it really can't be done. Just little things like right now we're standing on a floor that has tiles on it, and we're showing you a shot of what happens when you pick the tiles up. It's all asbestos underneath.
That's correct. The engineers indicate that when you pull these tiles up, what you're going to do is you're going to experience a release of asbestos. One hook from an asbestos gives you mesothelioma.
Okay, I'll tell you how it works, folks. This is something I know a little something about. What he's talking about is the reason asbestos is so dangerous, and we've known this for thousands of years, is because if you had a microscope and you looked at asbestos particles, they look like little fish hooks, meaning once they go in, they won't come out. And the problem is once you breathe them into your lungs and they get into your lungs, they cannot be removed to the point where your lungs can no longer breathe. It is a very, very serious, it's a good thing we learned about asbestos.
That's right. And what we want to do is make sure that we don't replicate this, and so that was another reason why we couldn't just repair
Just
this
start
building.
ripping things up.
Correct.
Okay. Again, I wish we had more time. We're going to go into it in more detail. We've got a couple more things. If we have time, we have a couple more things we want to look at. All right, folks, we're in a place where we're not supposed to be right now. Barrett, this is an interview room. As I understand, it's condemned.
Yes, it's been condemned, and it is an interview room.
How long has it been condemned?
For probably about a year and a half maybe.
Unbelievable that 40% of this building can't even be used.
OSHA says it cannot be occupied by anybody who is working in the building.
All right, folks, again, this is all we've got time for on today's program. I just wanted to give you a little idea. We're going to do a more extensive piece about this. Do yourself a favor. Take a tour of this old police station while it's still standing. You won't believe what you see because we haven't gotten into the important part yet that I want to get into with the village engineer, the structural unsoundness, but we have to kind of actually look in the walls for that.
Well, Bill isn't an easy person to convince, but one look at the structural problems in the old police department building, and he knew we had no choice but to build a new one, and we hope it's something of which everyone will be proud. We'll get into the structural problems of this old building, but not today, because we're out of time for this episode. I'm Barrett Peterson, and you've been watching Franklin Park Volume 3. Thanks for joining us.